regret it in 2022 and tip-top snack bar.
And hello everybody. Welcome to a new Swis and John show. And it appears we have a double show today. Somehow I scheduled the show, John scheduled the show. So like an hour ago, I deleted the other one, but it was still showing and most people were waiting in the other show. So I have been spamming the link to this one. And let's hope they can find the correct show. I am Swis. I still don't have a camera. I'm here with my friend Jonathan. How are you, Jonathan?
Hey Swis, I'm doing good. How are you?
Yeah, I'm doing good.
Has the temperature also cooled down in Switzerland?
Yeah, it was yesterday. It was 38, which means very, 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 very hot. Today it was 29, so much more bearable. Still too hot though. It was yeah, much better.
Did you go out climbing again?
Yep. Yeah.
Did you hurt yourself, injure yourself, anything spectacular?
No.
Did you lose an arm or a leg?
No.
Good to hear. So, but it was enjoyable, yes?
Oh yeah, it was. Absolutely.
That's good to hear. You know, I envy you so much. I grew up nearby the mountains and went to northern Germany, and we don't have mountains. And
yeah,
sometimes I feel it in my bones that I want to see mountains. And in all honesty, when I'm driving down to the south, first time I see true mountains, my heart is full of joy. It's no joke. It's really it's just deep inside of me.
Yeah. I mean, the first time I went, up north in Germany, which is famously super flat. You just look around and you're like, something's missing.
Yeah, but there are other things which are nice. So I wouldn't condemn it at all. But like Dave Corey says, mountains are magical, and I think that's that sums it up.
Yep. So tell me, Jonathan, do we have anything to talk about tonight?
I hope so, yes.
I think we have an interesting article from Horinki. Let me bring it up. There we go. Which is talking about the quote-unquote recession that is cursing the Swiss watch industry. So it's interesting because I never really thought that the Swiss watch industry was in a recession. It is known that the secondary market is seeing a correction, but is it like common knowledge now that people are saying all over the planet that the Swiss watch industry is in trouble?
Doom and gloom. Yeah, that is exactly the point that I wanted to discuss with you, because so life is not all about YouTube, but I'm hearing, oh, watch market is down, prices are down, recession and everything, and I'm asking myself, is it really that? I've said it before. Some of the secondary market prices were truly insane, and no true enthusiast would buy a watch to wear at those prices. So that is just the hyped up market, which touches the speculators, in my opinion. And you said it correctly. That is all the secondary market, and
Yes.
you just see from those numbers that the market couldn't be any healthier. I'm constantly in touch with Alex from Sven Andersen, who are making my world timer, and Alex told me, for example, last Monday, I asked him, "Do you have any update about my custom-made rotor?" And he said, "No, I don't." So I said, "Do you have pictures?" "No, I don't." So I said, "What happened?" And he told me that the guy who is doing those rotors, I think Alex has 35 rotors on order, and this guy just went on vacation without finishing the job.
He's taking its time.
Exactly, yes. And this is basically what Alex is telling me all over. All specialists, all suppliers for the Swiss watch industry are drowning with orders, and the big problem at the moment is to get the stuff. It is not to get it cheap or to get it well done. It is to get the stuff at all, the supplies. That is what I hear from the Swiss watch industry, and not only top high end or super individual. I'm hearing that up and down. So you summed the topic up by saying, the secondary watch market is totally healthy. We still have wait list. Maybe the wait lists for Rolex at the moment are a little bit smaller, because the speculators are not putting pressure too much on that market. But other than that, I can't see a crisis or a big tragedy. On the contrary, I'm not sure about the numbers in sorry for the long monologue. I'm not sure about the inflation in Switzerland at the moment. We are around 9% at the moment, and you don't have to study economy, and you know what the result of 9% inflation will be at the end of the year. Guess what?
Yeah.
Price increases.
Yeah, of course. Price increases.
Yeah, IWC already started it. I've heard of another brand that are raising, and I bet you that Rolex will increase prices before Christmas. It is inevitable.
Interesting. Before Christmas.
Yes. I think that usually they wait till after Christmas, but in my opinion, they will take a big zip, particularly here in Europe. You also know that the US dollars is very strong against the euro at the moment, which also then means the Swiss franc is very strong against the euro. So I'm pretty sure in the eurozone zone we will face massive price increases before Christmas.
Interesting.
Would you disagree?
No, no. It does totally make sense, in my opinion. Yeah, absolutely. So
yeah. Okay.
Shall we look at the numbers that
Yes.
This article is reporting? So it takes numbers from the Federation of the Swiss Watch Industry, and it looks at the first half of 2022, and you can see that almost all over you have more than 10%, or sometimes even 20%, or even in the US 30% increase of exports compared to the previous year.
Compared to the first 6 months of 2021.
Yes, exactly.
That is the baseline, yes. Mhm.
Yeah. Which is, I mean, it is really, really big variation. Huge variation.
Yeah, China and Hong Kong are still down because
Yeah.
everything is locked down, and you have to quarantine for some time to even enter the country.
And
But all the other markets,
yeah, Russia has been also sent down the abyss.
yeah.
Basically, no watch brands wants to export to Russia anymore.
Wait, they are not allowed to do that.
Yeah.
As far as I know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm. So I would like to put a little bit water into the wine, because let's remember the first half 2021, many shops were in lockdown, and the vaccines were not really distributed. So so the baseline line, or the comparison, it was a very low, because I think
true.
The exports went a little bit down, but it's a good sign, and very promising. And yeah, I'm looking forward to the number of the second half of 2022.
Yeah, I agree. It is very true what you say. And by the way, in my opinion, this is a big reason why in the last year we saw such high prices on the secondary market, because the export were so low, and now that we see, you know, the offer is like plus 30%, then it is obvious that it will impact the secondary market. Yet you still can't have a a Rolex at retail.
Yeah, for sure. So OC rightly points out that China closed in March, April. So not the full effect of those closures were reflected in the first half of 2022. So speculations are that the drop in China is even higher. What I also would like to emphasize, if we remember correctly, before this entire Russia thing started, I would guess that that Swiss watch exports have accelerated even more, and probably slowed down a little bit because of that conflict or invasion, or no matter how you put it. So I'll be curious if that will have an effect on those Swiss watch exports for the second half. I personally, I've been yesterday to Hamburg, and I was just mind blown about the long lines in front of the luxury shops. It's on one hand, it's mind blowing because everybody says retail is bad and everything like that. On the other hand, I really don't get it that they now let European people line up in front of stores, because I was trying to buy something at Remova, the suitcase store, and I had to line up, and I just said, okay, screw it, I'm not going to go there. So I returned later, but it gives me such a bad emotion when I have to line up in front of a store that I won't have the shopping experience anymore.
I see what you mean.
So yeah.
How would you do it otherwise?
Look, it is. I think all the luxury retailers are in a dilemma. I think one of the bottlenecks is staff at the moment. I think every luxury brand or every retailer is not getting enough staff, because during COVID they moved to somewhere else when the stores were closed. So in my opinion, staffing is a main issue. So you don't have enough staff to deal with the amount of customers who come into your store. And in my opinion, that's why they installed that line system, because they want the customers to be not bothered or not rushed or not in a hurry inside of the store. And additionally, I saw people fighting over one salesperson. Just imagine you're buying an expensive watch, and the next customer is just waiting and looking over your shoulder when you're ready.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So it is a difficult task to do, but in my opinion, it is not good for the buying experience that you have to line up in front of stores. My feeling is a little bit that the sneaky luxury companies want exactly that. They want to save on the high rents in the city centers. They want to save on staff salaries, and they deliberately accept this situation and tell themselves, okay, he's not willing to line up, so then he buys online from us. So it's cheaper for us, it's more efficient, and that's the way we would like to go.
Would you ever expect some of the brands to go online? I mean, this was a big talking point a few months ago during lockdown. The online shopping for luxury brands.
Well, it's already there, with one exception or two exceptions. I think Patek Philippe you can't buy online at the moment, and Rolex. Any other brand, I think IWC was one of the first. Cartier followed track. You can buy an Omega online. Not sure about Tudor at the moment. But I'm on the record of saying that I see Rolex's future in a kind of agent system, which means you fill out your order online, you say where you're living, and if you insist on picking your watch up at an AD, you will get an appointment at some day.
Mm-hmm.
You go to the AD, pick up your watch, get it sized, get it explained, and the AD is getting a kind of commission, which is certainly lower than his margin.
Yes.
And I see that coming very soon, particularly with premium brands like Rolex and Patek. Because let's not forget, if a Rolex is 10,000 euros, the AD is getting around 4,000 euros of those 10,000. Then a little bit more than 1,000 is taxes, and the rest goes to Rolex. But Rolex is envious of those last 4,000, and in my opinion, they will try to get as much as possible from those 4,000. That is the reason why I'm pretty sure that they move to an agency system. And the original OC says it correctly. Rolex doesn't need to do anything other than an official retailer store finder.
Yeah, that is true. Yeah.
And if that happens, Rolex has full control over discounts, which don't happen. They have full control that the end consumer is getting their watches, and that the watches are not ending in the secondary market. Because let's be clear, if you're buying more than one Rolex per year, that will raise some red flags, and you're not getting them.
Yes.
So in my opinion, that is the world that we will be living in, unless we are strengthening the ADs by not buying online when we have the alternatives. Go to the ADs, line up, buy there.
Queue up.
Because I can tell you that many ADs at the moment are suffering. Omega pulled out their watches entirely from ADs. AP pulled them out entirely from ADs. Patek is moving more and more boutique. Tudor, how about Tudor? Yeah, Cartier, the entire Richemont group is pulling their lines from ADs. So that is the way they go, and they all have an online presence.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So everything I can do is ask to support your ADs.
Your AD.
Yes,
Be a good little boy.
absolutely. You know, I had a conversation with Russ, the collector, who is also watching, and he will be watching tomorrow.
Uh-huh.
And I'm just trying to find the sentence, because he did such a nice sentence. Yeah. So I was discussing with him Lange and Söhne, and in my opinion, Lange and Söhne goes a little bit evil by pulling out from ADs at the moment. They are focusing on boutiques only, or boutiques mainly, allocation pieces, and so on and so on. We've been discussing that all, yeah. He then asked me, what is so bad with boutiques? And what's it? One second, I'm just trying. No, I'm not finding that conversation right now. So I'm just getting it from my head. He said, "So where's the problem?" And I told him, "Look, boutique only means no discounts and nothing." And his reply was, "Well, what are you talking about? You mean the people who gave 20 to 30% off on Langes and damaged their reputations because then everybody said that the value retention was bad." You know what my reply was?
What was
I
it?
told him I like the 20 to 30% discounts. And in my opinion, that is the point. You know, I was buying Langes when the YouTube consensus was Lange is toxic sludge. I heard that over and over. The value retention is bad. You're losing 50% when the moment you're leaving the shop. They are so bad. Buy Patek instead. So I knew how good Lange was. I was happy to get those high discounts, and I bought my watches back then. Doesn't happen anymore. Now the mass or the masses have been waking up and realized how good the brand is, and now those incredible discounts are thing of the past.
Yeah, and most models you cannot get, as a first buy anymore.
Yeah. So my advice would be, do your research, find brands that are still undervalued. Don't look for the hype pieces. And my advice, if you're living in Europe or the Eurozone particularly, buy as quick as you can, because I'm pretty sure retail prices will go up in the next couple of months. And that is why I ordered a new watch last week.
So wait, weren't you supposed to get the what's it, the Chapek? When is this due?
The Chapek is due any moment in time, but the problem is there are delays. I don't know why, or I don't know when exactly. My AD was asking Chapek. They were asking, when is the watch ready, and can I get that ice blue dial? And we're still waiting for a reply.
Okay, what about the Eichi?
Eichi is there.
Eichi is there.
It's there. Yeah.
Good.
I have the
So
Eichi.
you actually have it in your hands.
Yes.
Oh, that is nice.
Yes.
That is nice. And what about wait, what did you have? Didn't you have the Laurent Ferrier?
No, I was thinking about the Laurent Ferrier, but I didn't order
You didn't
it.
order it.
No. Yeah.
And did you have anything else except for you had the Anderson watch, which is still
Yeah, the Anderson is still in make. Isn't that enough? What do you want? I'm now a doxer. You know that?
Yeah, and you have the Doxa.
Yes. So I ordered a Doxa. Can you pull up a picture? I know that I'm catching you on the wrong foot.
Which one? Of
Oh, we have Mr. GMT in the house. Hello.
Hey, my camera is off because it refuses to work, and I don't know why. It's being being naughty, a naughty boy. Good to see you, Mr. GMT. So what do you want me to pull up?
The Chapek.
Okay.
And not the Chapek, excuse me, the Doxa.
Oh.
The Doxa.
Doxa. White bell. Oops.
Yes, we were talking about this. I could say I blame Marcelo because I had that discussion with him, but that is not accurate. I've been following that Doxa Carbon for quite a while, and I finally pulled the trigger and ordered it.
I have been looking at those, but there was an orange one and a sky blue one that is super nice.
Mm-hmm. So you can't decide which color you want, or?
No, and I also hesitate with the white and the what's it called, the yellow one. Basically all the colors. Wait.
You just go Doxa Carbon.
Yeah.
So just for the people who didn't follow the last show, this is the Doxa Carbon diver's watch based on the classic Doxa diver's watch, which has been developed, I think, 1967. Virtually the first true diver's watch. The Rolex Submariner, Blancpain 50 Fathoms were more like sports watches, not a ratching bezel and water resistance, only 100 meters. That watch was long available only in steel. I didn't like the shape in steel because it is too fat, and they introduced it with that carbon fiber casing, which in my opinion is a total game changer.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's super cool.
Yeah.
What was the price? It was 3,000 in
3,900 euros
with a carbon case. That's pretty good. It's pretty nice.
It is ordered. I hope I'm receiving it next week. I'm looking forward to see the deployant buckle because it has an extension, and I wonder if they make that in steel or in titanium, because the container of the watch is titanium. So I'm hoping Mrs. Higgins is not happy about it.
I think you're gonna receive a phone call saying that the dial of your Doxa cracked and they are missing a rotor.
That would be horrible.
They
Mr.
need
Copper
3
Blue
months to get them.
Mr. Copperblue said he tried it recently and didn't like it at all. Sorry. What in particular didn't you like? Curious to hear that.
Everyone has its own taste.
Oh, absolutely. And I may hate it when I receive it. There are only 5 ADs in the country here, so I had to order it blind. I couldn't try it on, so I just ordered it blind.
Good. In French we have a saying that says "Il faut de tout pour faire un monde," which means you need all kind of guys to make the world complete.
Oh, absolutely.
You need people who love Doxa, people who hate Doxa. You need the crazy Rolex speculators and the watch lovers. We need all of those.
Look, for me, it's no problem because I got a really good discount because I'm a YouTube celebrity. No, I'm not. So even if I don't like it, I can sell it. But I'm pretty sure I'm gonna like it. So we have a question here about the Oreo cookie, Grand Seiko SBGR311, the cookie.
SBGR3
311.
3 what?
311.
So first of all, I'm not a big fan of the poopy brown dial. And I'm not sure about the motif either. Other than that, I like the watch case, and the bracelet seems nice. And it has that typical nicely polished Grand Seiko hands and indices. What's the size of that watch, actually?
I don't know. Let me check it.
grandseiko.com.
They're usually good. 42 millimeters.
Oh, that's a bit big.
Mm.
That is a bit big.
So usually they were a little bit smaller than the official size. I really like that micro engraving that they are doing on a couple of watches. I agree with you on the poopy brown. That is not my thing because it looks like a badly aged dial. So unfortunately, it's not for me. I personally, I've got rid of all my Grand Seikos at the moment, with the exception of the micro artist pieces. I really like that new automatic movement and also that new spring drive movement.
It is a mechanical 9S movement inside.
No, it is not. No, in the poopy brown there is not.
Yeah, in the poopy brown it says the 9S mechanical.
Is it? Oh, I didn't know that because usually they say high beat and 7.
It is the 9S68 automatic with manual wind.
Okay, then I take it back because that is a fantastic movement. No, usually they write the New Testament on the dial if it has the new movement. So usually they say, yeah. So yes, the new caliber is a plus, but still I would like to, I personally would prefer another watch. But my general advice, if you go Grand Seiko, go with a new 9S or 9R movement. In my opinion, they are a big improvement over the old ones. The old ones were incredible movement, and they are still very cheap. My personal feeling is the old movements are phased down to the normal Seiko line, and in the future, Grand Seiko will have exclusively those 9R and 9S movements.
Interesting. Are you planning in buying a Grand Seiko now?
No, I still want one with a 42 GS case, which is the case of that Spring Blossom. That is SBGR 413, as far as I know. I totally love that case.
Yeah. I think it's a bit bulky, but I mean...
What? That is small.
The case in proportion, it looks a bit bulky in my opinion.
Yeah, because it doesn't have a bezel. But that is the trick.
Yes.
That is the trick of the watch. So I totally adore this, but I would like to have this with a new high beat movement and in titanium, please.
What's the size on that one? Is it 42 also?
I think 40.
Oh my God! Look at that, so big.
Yeah, but that is apparently an Asian client. Look, he has no hair on the arms. So.
What about you? That's more your type of arm, yeah?
Yes, kind of. Yes.
There we go.
Oh, we have a super comment by Original OC, and that is exactly. Oh, that is a very
Grand
interesting
Seiko's
point.
strength, interesting dial, is also a weakness, because people are exhausted with all the variations of every possible flower, weather emergency, and atmospheric phenomena. Yeah, I'm still waiting for the Grand Seiko Thunderbolt and the Grand Seiko Tornado. Yeah, I think I agree pretty much with the idea that they try too much to find some kind of poetic message to go with their watches, like, oh, it's the Spring Blossom watch, oh, we have the Clear Water watch, the Snowflake watch. I mean, it's good for marketing, but as he said, it can get a bit tiring. What do you think?
I agree with you in the overblowing of the nature context.
Yeah.
Other than that, I totally love what Grand Seiko is doing, because Rolex releases once a year a couple of dial variants of existing models, correct? And
Yep.
then you wait for another year or maybe another 10 years until something changes.
Yeah.
And it gets a little bit boring, and with a number of watches, it gets repetitive, and everybody has then the same watch or the same tones, either silver or gold or blue or black, and that's it. And I find it totally amazing that Seiko is putting out those different color variants. The problem for me is there's always a better one around the corner. So no matter what you decide to
Just
get,
wait for the new one.
yeah, there will be always something better and more amazing around the corner. I guess it's very good for Grand Seiko, because they may set new impulses for the clients that don't like the old style, and then they move to the newer style. Probably there are people like me buying multiple watches then. I like the approach. I don't think that that is kind of cheapening the brand. Variety is king. Fashion brands have 4 to 6 different collections per year. So why is Grand Seiko not allowed to bring 4, 6, 8 different dials for a case variant that they're doing?
Oh, they totally can.
Yeah.
They totally can. I just say name them something else than flower and
I agree with you on that. That is a little bit exhausting, I must say. Yes, and sometimes I have the feeling that the marketing guys are more occupied in finding new nature parallels than the dial
Yes.
designers finding new colors.
Yes.
If that makes sense.
I'm just
We have
waiting
Design
for
Atelier here in the house. Very good
Hey,
to see you.
good to see you, Design Atelier. Welcome to the show. Yeah, I'm just waiting for the bamboo watch. A watch with a bamboo dial.
But there are bamboo dials out there. You know that.
Oh,
They just
which one is
they
the
just
bamboo dial?
introduced. Well, they had
just introduced it.
Yeah, just Google Grand Seiko bamboo. There is a new range now, but they had a bamboo line 1 year ago with those green second hands, which were bamboo colored.
Oh,
Yeah, there you go.
Oh, there it is.
Yeah.
My wish came true.
Yes. You're always too late.
Oh, and it's a GMT.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? That's pretty good.
You like
What's
it?
the size of that watch? Don't tell me it's 42.
Oh, that is big. That is big. 41 or 42. That is the
please.
62 GS. That is big. No, that is. I think that is 44. That's the name 44.
Oh wait, SPGJ 259. SPGJ 259.
What is a little bit annoying, they have exactly the same dial pattern, just like that mahogany wooden dial a couple of years ago that was reddish. Designer T says he's waiting for the GS cactus dial.
The cactus dial. I just want to see the. Oh my god! Oh no. Okay. It's 40. 40. It's
okay,
acceptable.
It's a pretty big watch, because look at those long lugs. So that is a massive case. In my opinion, that is the biggest case on the normal Grand Seiko line. We're not talking about the divers.
All right, interesting. It's been so long that I haven't been looking at Grand Seiko.
You haven't been following watches at all in the last 4 weeks, haven't you?
Is it a bad thing?
No, absolutely not.
Oh, is that the movement in the back?
Yes.
Oh, it's still okay. Is it an old movement? I would guess
that's the old one.
Yeah.
So Quicker had a question. The new Formex divers.
Oh,
have you heard about them?
Well, let's Google new Formex diver. Let's see. Formex. Formexwatch.com/diver.
He's mentioning the Batman GMT.
Oh, that's a GMT diver. Would this be it? Why is my... No, that would be it, right? Formex Reef.
I've seen accept all cookies. This
I
is
am
really
not sure.
persistent.
Quicker drawing. If you have the exact name of the watch,
Yeah, please let
that
us
would
know.
help us. Yeah, the Reef GMT.
Reef GMT.
GMT.
Okay, I found it with a COSC movement.
Ooh, interesting. Now that looks like a tank.
That looks like a chunky monkey, isn't it?
Yeah. Pretty good looking. I'm not a fan of the bracelet, but I guess you can change the bracelet.
1 second, 42 millimeters, and I'm not sure if that diameter is counted with those horns on the side, or if they just measure the bezel.
I don't know. That's a good question. I guess it would mean the bezel, but still, it doesn't look too bad. Let's find more information. Reef GMT.
Original OC is not a fan.
Oh wait, I have let's please. Okay, so it is about $1,800. Oh, we have many variations. Ooh, green bezel.
I think the Batman is much better.
Oh, we can have a...
Quicker says 47 lug to lug, so it's not too big, not too tall.
Look at that. We can have a Reef Hulk GMT. Interesting. I do like the customization.
Yep. Dr. Brummel approves.
You know what? It's not too bad for the price. I just want to have a look at the movement. Please.
Looks like ETA 2892.
Yeah. Okay, there. It is a Celita SW300.
Yeah. So 300, I think, is ETA 2892, and 200 is, as far as I know, the 2824.
It does look to have a quick change for the strap. Yeah, which is pretty good.
But that Milanese is... I agree with you. I would.
I would.
But
change
there is a kind of oyster style which is flat.
Yeah.
That you can choose.
Yeah,
that looks better in my opinion.
That looks better. I would even maybe try the. Wasn't there a sailcloth? Yeah, maybe like this. I don't know. I do like the fact that you can customize it. You know what?
Okay.
Not too bad. Not too bad.
Should we move to one of the topics that we've prepared, Swis?
Yes. What shall we talk about? So there is the Citizen. Do you want to talk about this one?
No, actually, I would like to talk about the Chronograph for the second, because we had the Chronograph scheduled for quite some time, and we're known for the arrogant high end. So I would like to mention for 1 second the very high end niche that we're famous for, and I would like to discuss that for a second.
Chronograph.
It hasn't been discussed before a lot, so I think it's
the Horological Brothers' first chronograph.
I think we
Oldenzaal in the Netherlands.
Yeah, I think we discussed it already in private.
Oh yeah, in private, yeah, we never talked about it. It has the fish strap. If you look, the strap is made of fish.
Yeah, I'm always wondering if they start to smell. See those.
I would guess not. Otherwise, that would be a bit concerning. Or maybe you can order your strap with some extra perfume. I don't know.
So many people know that I'm a big fan of the Grönefeld brothers, who both were working for Renault et Papi.
Yeah.
I think
Which is now Audemars Piguet.
Yes. And yes, Renault et Papi brought up some incredible people, and the Grönefeld brothers are working in Netherlands. They're doing all of their movements in house. They have a very own style of decorating movements. You don't see Geneva stripes or anything with them. I was interrupting you.
No, please continue.
One second. I'm just pulling up. I think Monochrome had nicer pictures of it.
But this is monochrome.
It is monochrome. Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry. I've been distracted then. Yes, they have this special kind of finishing the movement parts. So you see the bridges. They have that raised edge, which is typical for them. As far as I know, the bridges and everything is steel and not brass. And it gives a very modern look without being over the top modern and simple.
And steel is much more difficult to work with than brass. You know, they use
absolutely.
brass because it's a very easy metal to shape and work with.
Yeah. So in general, I'm a big fan. Their most popular model is the Principa 1941, which is a 3-hander watch. I think they closed the waiting list for them.
Let me bring up their website. Let's have a look. Oh. First thing
sorry, we're close.
First thing I get is, no, you cannot get a watch. Yeah, I understand.
But you can see that video was good because you could see the case design. They have those hollowed out lugs on the sides. That is a tourbillon, which is also unobtainable. Here, look at the lugs.
See the lugs.
Those are their signature lugs.
Yeah.
Okay, now you can move to the Principa.
Ultra high-end brand, basically.
Also a little bit customizable. That one with the salmon dial is a 1941 Principa. Yes.
They won many times the GPHG award.
Well deserved.
Yeah, well deserved. And there you can see the Principia, I guess. This has this one has no remontoir, or does it?
No remontoir. No, but a very nice movement. There is a movement shot below.
Oh, can I? Oh, there it is. There we are. Yeah, absolutely beautiful.
Yeah.
But in my opinion, the more important watch is the
remontoir.
Yeah.
Yes.
Remontoir.
But that is long sold out, so there is no chance to get that.
Oh, I mean, look at this. Yeah.
Yeah. Finishing of that movement is really outstanding.
Wow. And what I really like is that the remontoir, you know, in FP Jaune, he uses 1 second remontoir, which is pretty intelligent because then it also acts as deadbeat seconds. But they actually use an 8-second remontoir. And each time it ticks, you can see this little rotor here that spins, and it spins once every 8 seconds. Which I don't know. I always liked that little detail.
So Watches 63 asks how much the watch is long sold out. As far as I know, the retail price was like 50 or 55. but it's long gone.
Oh yeah, and secondhand it would be triple
So just
that.
just as a reminder, it not only sounds nice, remontoire, it serves a function, because we've been discussing that before. The problem with the mainspring is that the torque at the when it's fully wound is higher than at the end when it's almost unwound. So that affects the precision of the watch. And a remontoire is basically a spring within that entire gear set. So it winds a spring that is released every 8 seconds. So those factors are then deleted out.
Yeah, and it's basically this big mechanism here. That would be
Do we
the
have a
remontoire.
video of it?
I'm pretty sure we can find one.
So basically what happens is the energy of the mainspring is not going directly to the gear train and the escapement of the watch. The energy of the mainspring goes into another spring, which is then released every 8 seconds. Or every second, or whatever you do. There are also 10 seconds of remontoire, as far as I know.
Oh, it's not that easy to find.
Okay, doesn't matter. I've explained. He understood, so we should be good. Let's focus a little bit on the chronograph at the moment, I would say.
Where is it now? Oh, there it is.
Here it is. I'm sorry for giving you
So,
stress.
Chronograph, I
Yes.
would guess it is a chronograph.
Their first chronograph, yes.
Yay!
And it's not Grönefeld or something like that. It's Grönefeld.
Grönefeld.
I also like that they print out the Netherlands, and I also like that negative engraving that they have on the dial.
It resembles the Handwerkskunst from
Yeah, Tremblage a little bit, yes.
Tremblage.
So typically they're using very simplistic approach in their dial, and also the subdials are not unfamiliar with them. I really like the finishing of that central hand, that big one. Look at the center.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah, absolutely beautiful.
And now many people will ask what that thingy on the right hand side at around 3 will mean, and I think we have to go a little bit deeper into that. I thought that you're going to explain it. I've been talking so much today.
I'm not sure myself. Is this the remontoire mechanism?
No. That is the so-called general. I think it's called the general. This thing that adjust. So that is for the reset.
Oh yeah. I remember now. It's been a while that I haven't been.
It's so long. Yes, I've been preparing this over and over, and now I forgot it. So we are here caught with pants down.
It's a governor. It's a governor. It is a mechanism. It is also used generally in the what's it called? The
minute repeater.
Minute repeaters. And basically it is to regulate the speed of a mechanism. So basically this contraption here starts to spin, and it basically regulates the speed of whatever, it's like a clutch mechanism, I would say.
It is a soft reset mechanism, basically.
Yeah. So when you activate the chronograph, stop it, and then reset, it would not, is that correct? It would not, like in one fraction of a second, go back to 0.
Exactly, yeah.
It would actually be a smooth return to the reset to the start position.
Exactly. I think we have to find a video.
Yeah,
once
we have
again.
to find a video of this. Let me find it. Let's go on YouTube.
So while you're trying to find the video, I will try to explain the problem or the issue. So usually when you have a chronograph, you have a start and stop button, and after you stop the chronograph, you hit the reset button, and instantly with a tuck, all counters of the chronographs are set to 0. And that is a quite strong impact on the movement and on all parts that are part of it. It can go so far that that the hands are not in the position anymore, because the hands are just friction stuck on the pivots.
Okay,
And
if
if that return mechanism is too strong, it may adjust the big second hand of the chronograph. Okay, now let's have it look. Yeah. So
okay.
So that
here
big,
you can see there he stops the mechanism.
Yeah,
and then when he press the reset button, you will see first this spinny thing will start to spin, and then the hand will have a smooth return to 12 o'clock.
Yeah.
Schlack. There we go.
Here. The second counter and all the other counters will smoothly return back to their 0 position. Can we see it again?
Yeah, they will show it again right here. What a beautiful watch.
So that is,
you might say it is a very complicated way to achieve something so small, but so is the luxury market, you know.
Yeah, I think the Grönefeld brothers were keen to create something unique and special, and with that soft reset mechanism, they certainly did so, because nobody else has it.
Yeah, as you say, it is something very unique. Nobody else has that.
Yeah, and they just do it because they can, I would say.
Yeah.
It is. We were discussing that, and you were saying they created a solution for a problem that virtually doesn't exist, which is a good point, because the true practical issues are not really affected here. So most of the watches can live with that normal traditional return mechanism, but they are just doing it because they want to be different and make something outstanding, and I applaud them for that.
It's like Greubel Forsey, who wants to make an entire watch entirely by hand using only tools from the 1800s. Why? Well, because they can, and people are willing to buy that. You know,
I had a discussion about the handmade one on a different channel, and I've been roasted. So first of all, it has been said, "Oh, everybody said that it's totally in-house and everything handmade." And I said, "Look, research a little bit that thing, and you will see that this is an honest approach." Then I said, "It takes 6,000 hours to make." Here comes the 8-second remontoire.
Yeah, just have a look at that little thing there. Up. Yeah. It spins every 8 seconds. I want him to show the movement. Oh, there we go.
It's a little bit consistent of the thing that spins in the chronograph. So, wouldn't you agree? It's also something.
Yeah, there is a theme. Yeah, there is a theme. Please, yeah. Oh my God, that is beautiful. Beautiful. Yeah, I won't bring up names, but I do remember someone who was talking super badly about the handmade one.
And then I said, you know,
it
takes
here every 8 seconds right there. Up. Yeah. Oh, that is amazing.
The finishing is outstanding on that
Oh
movement,
my god,
isn't
that
it?
is amazing. Beautiful.
So you don't need
Absolutely.
Geneva stripes, and you see the remontoir tooth. Can you go a little bit back, please?
Yeah.
Here at the bottom,
Right
where
there.
it says 8 seconds remontoir. That is those are the teeth. Look
Yeah.
how it spins. Yeah. And basically, it's just like an anchor that releases then the wheel to the next tooth.
Yeah. You can see here the spring that gets loaded, and then hop, it releases, and then it gets loaded again, and then it's gonna release again.
So it's a second
Which is
spring.
better. Hop. Yeah. And it delivers every 8 seconds a constant amount of force to the
Yeah.
to the hands.
So yeah, coming back to the
yeah.
handmade one another point of discussion was then okay, 6,000 watchmaker hours, multiply that with 40 and you have 250,000, so a million, or I don't know, 1.8 million is a rip-off. And I said the watch companies are not calculating like that. And if you bring your Mercedes to a workshop, they are not charging you 40 euros or 40 Swiss francs for the hour. They charge you 250 because they have all the machines and the buildings and everything, and the knowledge and the education and whatever. So you can't calculate that way. In my opinion, the handmade one is well worth the money.
So then,
Mr. Copper Blue says movement is always almost as nice as datograph. I would respectfully disagree with you here. So it's very nice, it's very unique, it's unconventional, but I personally see the movement of the Lange datograph in a totally different league. If we are talking manual movements, we can discuss, because the 3/4 bridges are not visually super attractive. But if we're talking chronographs, I would disagree with you a little bit. But it's close. So now, where are the negatives on the chronograph? And our friend OC already pointed out that he doesn't like some screws on the dial.
ooh, screws on the dial. Wait, let me bring up the dial once more.
So OC, what is your proposal? Fix it with super glue, or how
You know what? I really like that little power reserve thingy up there.
Oh, absolutely.
I think it's really nice. The
No, but
way
I think
they have done it.
I think he means the screws in the subdials.
Oh, can I make this image bigger? Yeah, like this one right there.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
They look a little bit random, but
yeah, they do look a little bit random. But you know what? I mean, look at this one. It's perfectly centered with the, with the hand. That is nice. At least they made some efforts.
Absolutely,
yeah. Because the other option is to have the dial in, one piece. I mean, maybe it's super hard. Or
what really bothers me is the offset time display compared to that second count of the chronograph. That would bother me. I'm a fan of asymmetric dials, but to me it looks a little bit pointless.
So you would have shifted everything so this is at 12 o'clock?
Yes, probably yes. It just looks. I know that this spinning thingy here, that governor is necessary, and you can't move it further down, but it just doesn't look organic.
Let me show you
just
what
like
what it reminds me.
Yeah. you know, the Lange 1 is so perfectly designed and balanced and everything like that. And this chronograph just looks a little bit random and not so well thought out, or probably a slave to the technology that is behind it.
Wait.
OC wants to have the screws in blue.
To me, it reminds me a bit of that one.
Yeah.
The disposition
point.
of the dial.
Mhm.
The Vienne Alter.
I disagree with OC strongly here. He said they should have done the screws in blue, and I totally disagree, because the screws have not the function of displaying the time, and the blue is there to give a bigger contrast for the necessary time displays.
I agree with you.
Okay, thank you very much.
Because it's part of the background. It shouldn't be blue.
So OC, next time you make such a comment, please think it through better. Well, I wouldn't go that far.
Says that the dial is hideous.
Hideous. I wouldn't go that far. It just, you know, we have so many really nicely made watches, and in my opinion, the Lange one is so perfectly done. And this is just like they took a shotgun and hollowed out the dial randomly and made that. So that is my minor complaint. And in my opinion, the price is too high for that chronograph.
Oh yeah, let's talk about that. So what's the actual price on that watch?
Was it 150?
Availability and price. 155 or 165 in tantalum.
Yeah.
Interesting. Tantalum?
Is it interesting? Is it called tantalum or tantalium?
Tantalum.
Tantalum, okay.
165. That's a lot of money. Yeah. But I mean, you have some interesting complications. It is a very, very limited series.
They sold it out immediately.
It sold out the first day it was sold out, and it is from a very prestigious brand. I think it's justifiable.
You know, I'm happy that that there is a Dutch company that doesn't only export wooden shoes. So I say give more power to them. I personally find it overpriced. It is 160,000 for a chronograph. That's a little bit tough, in my opinion. If you consider the Max Büsser and Friends, that double chronograph, which is I think 180.
Yeah,
I think sorry Grönefeld brothers, that is not enough in my opinion.
Right. Yeah, so I would also choose the MBNF, although it's huge.
Yeah,
it's huge.
Okay, now we touched the high-end parts. Should we make a little piece about that Seiko chronograph, or should we?
Well, you know, it's been an hour and 10 minutes almost. Do you want to very quickly talk about a small?
Yeah, let's make it quick because
okay,
I really
which
like
one?
It. The Seiko chronograph automatic.
Wait, let me find it. Seiko Speedtimer.
Yes.
This one.
Yes, that is a new.
Such a chunky watch. Okay, let's have a look at that watch. So it is a new Seiko. Is it the Prospex?
It has yes, it has the Prospex logo.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. It is a new chronograph. It is not a totally new chronograph. They made it before, but now there is a new dial variant available, and that was the reason why they issued it again. I personally am a big fan of it because of the pushers, and I know that you don't like the pushers.
Yeah, I think they are just so big, like over dramatically big.
But look, we are always accusing, or people often accuse Seiko of being generic or copying other companies or doing boring stuff. And the inspiration for those kind of pushers come from professional stopwatches, just like you see in the old days when they timed 100-meter races or something like that. So those are genuine stopwatch pushers, and they have a purpose. Because if you push that button down, you could see a little tube where it hits. No, the other image was better.
That one.
Yeah. So you see a hitting point. So this is a very precise kind of way of stopping and starting the chronograph, because you get a tactical, a feelable. Is it tactical? No, it's tactic. Haptic. It's a haptic and acoustic feedback. So this chronograph really clicks, and it's very precise, and that is one of the advantages. And I think it looks very interesting.
I mean, it does. So the pushers is one thing, but there is one other thing. Look at the size of it.
Yes.
That's a chunky watch. Big chungus.
Yes, but aren't chronographs all a little bit chunky? 1 second, let me check.
Yeah, but this is out of proportion. Wait. So
it's 15 millimeters. It is 15
dimension?
millimeters, and I think a normal value is not slimmer.
Oh, you didn't tell me it's 43 millimeters. The case.
Why should I tell you?
Because it's way too big.
Then you wouldn't have allowed the discussion about it. So why should I tell you? No, but I think 15 millimeters for an automatic chronograph with a vertical clutch is not really over the top. I would agree that Seiko could have hid the thickness a little bit better in the case profile.
Yeah. I agree with you there.
And now we come to the much better variant of this particular watch. Look at this. They issued that in February.
Blue dial. Now this
Come on, Swis.
This looks good. Yeah.
This is gorgeous.
This looks good.
So there you go with your 42 millimeters.
Yeah. However, I can see something. I can see that the price is $3,200.
Yes, but that is a super high-end automatic chronograph movement. I'm not talking about that shitty movement that Tag Heuer had as their in-house movement. This is at least one class higher. Like I said, vertical clutch. That is a really high-end chronograph movement. And try to find a Tag Heuer chronograph for less than 3,000.
Interesting. Okay, that looks legit.
Come on, Swis.
Yeah, the one. Okay, that dial is really beautiful. That's really well executed, I have to say. And it has a very nice retro feel. And as you said, they didn't copy the Daytona for once.
And you can see those tubes where the pushers really hit when you push start and stop and reset. So it gives that strong click.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Normand, Mr. Copper Blue asks questions that I can't spontaneously reply. Is there any chronograph with vertical clutch thinner than 12 millimeters with 10 ATM out there? I can't tell you at the moment.
I don't know.
IWC has some, but those are over 12 millimeters.
I mean, my Planet Ocean is thick as
Yeah.
super thick, so not that one. And it has a Frédéric Piguet movement. They are super thick. Yeah, that is a tricky question. Less than
I wouldn't
12?
imagine that there is one. We'll have to
Daytona
look
is
into
12.
that, or maybe somebody from the audience. Is the Daytona a vertical clutch or has it horizontal
No,
clutch?
it's
Is it
oh,
vertical?
I think it is with the Zenith. It used to be horizontal and now it's vertical.
Okay.
The recent movements are vertical.
Yeah, but Mr. Copper Blue, I would argue that the Daytona is a ladies' watch with 39 millimeters.
Ouch. Ouch. Yeah, you prefer the big manly 43 mil Seiko.
Exactly, that Seiko is more in my ballpark. But that is an interesting question. Maybe one of our viewers can tell us, or maybe we go a little bit deeper inside of that. I don't imagine that that Rolex Daytona can be easily be beaten. Okay, should we open the panel for questions?
Sure, absolutely.
Second, let me do that.
So we'll
Yeah.
post in the link if anyone wants to come join us, talk about anything basically.
Yeah. Yeah, unless you're asking us question about vertical clutch. It's going to be difficult then.
Wait, just for Mr. Copper Blue, let's pull up his favorite watch.
And of course, I was joking because, in my opinion, the Daytona is amazing. I've just read somewhere else the advice that somebody was given 30 years ago: never sell a Daytona, never sell. And yeah, Daytonas are outstanding.
The Daytona Pikachu, as he says on the Oyster Flex.
That's what he means with Pikachu. Yeah. Okay, I got it.
Daytona is the ultimate racing watch. I think this is arguable. But, you know, as we said, we need any kind of people to make a world.
Yeah. Yes and no. You know, the problem with the old Daytonas was always that they were manual. And the automatic movements is a thing that is relatively new. So I would find that that discussion interesting if it's really the classic racer's watch, or if it's not more associated to race drivers. The involvement of Jack Heuer, who was a massive sponsor for all kind of race teams, and you can see the Heuer logo all over classic vintage race cars.
Yeah. And don't forget that for the longest time, Omega is the sponsor of the Olympic Games, you know, where they really are timing to the 100th of seconds.
Yes.
Even more.
And Seiko, may I add.
And Seiko, yeah, absolutely. Oh, this is beautiful. Now that is a beautiful watch. If anyone wants to offer me this watch for free.
For free?
Hesitate. Yeah.
What do you think?
I'm a YouTube star. I mean,
you're the YouTube
doesn't that
celebrity
count?
now. Okay. Okay. Good luck with that. So Dave Corey said, I asked for that Daytona in an AD with no purchase history a few months ago. She gave me a Rolex. No, that is, she said, that would take a very long time. A very long time. Yes and no. I think I've said it before. I totally get it that it's difficult. In my opinion, there are two ways to get the watch of your dreams. First way is there is a new Rolex boutique opening in your area. Be there at 7 o'clock and be one of the first to hop on. We have OC here in the house. Hello, good evening, OC.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening, Swis. Good evening, Jonathan.
Good to see you.
Good to see my avatar.
Okay. If that's all. How do you like that Seiko with the blue dial?
It looks very nice. It's hard to complain about it. It looks, I mean, at first glance, which is how I tend to judge watches, is upon initial impression, it looks great.
Mm-hmm.
There's nothing odd looking about it.
Yeah, the side view is a little bit chunky.
You have to have the proportions as a person to pull it off. I couldn't pull it off, but there are plenty of other people who are 6 foot and have 8-inch wrists. And
give this to the wizard, it would look like a boy's watch, a small boy's watch.
I was just about to say that is exactly in my ballpark then.
So you were saying about the Rolex.
Oh yes. So in my opinion, maybe OC can chime in with his experience of buying Rolexes. In my opinion, for somebody without purchase history, there are only two ways. First of all, there is a new Rolex boutique opening up in your area. Be there quick and hope that there is not a waiting list taken over from an AD. And the second way, I will keep until OC tells his secrets.
to get a steel Daytona or any Daytona?
Yes, steel.
Yeah, steel Daytona is impossible. You know, you really have to make sure that you are a friend of the store, a friend of the boutique. They know that you're local. They know you're not a flipper. Purchase history isn't as big a thing as some people think it is. It's more your proven track record as a Rolex lover, a Rolex loyalist, and someone who will not have your watch shown up on the forums being sold within the first 3 months.
How about dating the shop manager?
That's certainly one way, I guess.
It's a mechanism that does not work for the OC, unfortunately.
Wait, is Mrs. Higgins a shop manager?
No. I was just giving advice because I already have a Panda Daytona, so I don't need another one. And I got mine 4 or 5 years ago, and I was just putting myself on the list of my AD that I usually buy Rolex from, but I have a purchase history there, and they know me, and they know that I'm not a flipper. So yeah. No, I was just trying to give out advice to people who are not married, like OC and me.
Oh, I'm married. I mean, this weekend is my 27th wedding anniversary.
Oh, congratulations!
Yeah, thank you.
Are you on vacation or are you still staying in the big city?
No, I'm home, but we've actually been together for even longer than that. I think we've been together for now 34 years.
But you have to do something special then for the missus.
We're doing something special tonight, but if I tell you what it is, most people will think it's not special. But but we're going to P.F. Chang's. P.F. Chang's is a chain of Chinese restaurants. It's kind of like Cheesecake Factory. I'm not sure if you're familiar with that, but if you're in the States, you'll know what it is. It's
like Panda Express.
It's not quite Panda Express, but it's some people will say that it's half a step better, if that.
Mm-hmm. And the reason why you go to that Chinese chain is because you met her there, or?
No, we like it. We like it, and that's it. And after this many years, you know, we're done with the gifts. We're done dispensing with the formalities that can be become cumbersome with time. We just do something nice. Just go out.
I hope that you really enjoy it, and congratulations again.
Thank you.
So, OC, what do you think about my last attempt to get a Daytona? And I think you said it in one of the shows, and I think that it was not a bad idea. How about going to a company called Bucherer and buy one of their chronographs? Because I remember you were saying when you're buying one of their watches in a higher range, you will be treated like royalty.
That's 100% true. I happen to have discussions with Bucher over the past couple of weeks, actually, and I can't really. I mean, and they told me, hey, these 3 things are coming to you. Any of these 3 things you want, and all I have to do, for the most part, is there's a special Bucherer that I've already said that I'm going to buy this month.
Mm-hmm.
And they do have quotas to promote their own brand. And if you're very close with your SA or your boutique manager, it helps you a lot, a tremendous amount, if you buy a Bucherer from them.
They have that Datograph clone, which looks really good in my opinion, Swis.
And they're not outrageously expensive. I mean, I think
to be fair, I think this watch is amazing. I really think in steel, I think it's like 5,000 or 6,000, and it is like a flyback chronograph. I think it's very well executed.
Yeah, I'm getting. I might be putting the cart before the horse, but I think I'm getting a Bucherer Blue flyback chronograph this month.
Oh, nice, beautiful. That was the the Datograph clone. Yeah.
Yeah, they have it also with the colors reversed, which makes it an even more Datograph here in the middle. More
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm actually there's 3 models that I said I would be willing to buy, and I'm actually letting them pick which one is best for me in this case.
And you buy it because you like it, or because you hope that you get an advantage out of that?
I'm gonna buy it because I love it. This is me publicly speaking now, and I think it's a great watch, tremendous value, and everybody should take a look at it. Now, privately, it's having a relationship with an AD has to be reciprocal. There has to be expectations on both sides, and I think the best relationships are ones that have some transparency to them. And so, if you have that kind of relationship with your SA or your store manager, where you can say, "Hey, how can I help you this month or this quarter? What do you need from me?" They appreciate that, and they say, "Hey, here's what would be really helpful for me." And then when you do those things, they tend to like you, and when you're liked, you tend to be rewarded for that loyalty.
Yeah, and I think you made a point that buying one of their watches, well, you must make sure that they also carry Rolex, but buying one of their own watches puts you into a category of really special customers.
Yeah, they know who the people are who buy
Yes.
a Karloff Bucherer watch. Absolutely.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
They do.
Even better if you buy their jewelry. That's what I did. I bought some jewelry.
Jewelry is good too, and they're expanding jewelry out to more and more stores, not just at the flagship stores. And their jewelry is affordable. I know people are like, hey, I don't want to play the game. I'm not going to buy junk jewelry but this isn't like Bucherer isn't like a traditional jewelry store where they have stuff that's $20,000, $30,000, $50,000, and these guys are forcing you or hinting that you should buy expensive rings and bracelets and necklaces for your wife in order to just get a date just. Their pieces are the Bucherer pieces are $2,000 pair of earrings or a $2,000 necklace. They're not crazy. You can get on their radar not having to spend a lot of money.
Yes, absolutely. Oh, I didn't know that there was a Bucherer Blue offshore. I never saw that one before.
They make cooperations with all the watchmakers, and blue is their shtick, so it's their special color, and so all the watchmakers are making blue editions for Bucherer.
There's a Bucherer Blue Astronomia.
No, that just came out. Bucherer Blue Astronomy. They have a Bucherer Blue Tissot PRX. They have IWC Bucherer. They have a whole bunch. They have like literally a dozen different special editions.
That's pretty nice. My favorite is this Longines right there. I think that's amazing. Beautiful Longines. That's really nice.
Do you have a steel Daytona, OC, or
Yeah,
only
black
that golden?
dial.
Okay.
Ceramic bezel. Oh, he dropped.
We didn't kick him out. That was OC.
Let's hope that he wasn't kicked out from someone else.
Oh, hopefully not.
I'm just posting the links link once more. Hey, if anyone else wants to join, don't hesitate.
Please.
There he
Oh,
is.
he's back.
Oops.
Oh,
There we go.
I'm on the iPhone and I swiped, and when I swiped, I went back in the browser. Sorry about
oh,
that.
see, it was not me.
I hope you swiped
that
right.
clear.
No, I swiped left. So let me ask. I have a question for you, Jonathan and Swis. I mean, Jonathan, I know you're a fan of Chopek, right? And so they've recently said that because of the increased demand for their timepieces, I mean, I think specifically the Antarctique, which is their sports watch, that they're going to look to expand production from the 800 or 1,000 pieces that they make per year to 3,000. Their goal is 3,000. Do you think, given the macroeconomic change over the past several months, that could actually have a disastrous impact on their brand building potential?
Well, in my opinion, I've heard that as well. And in my opinion, the headline is a little bit too dramatic, because they will certainly not move their production from 800 to 3,000 within a year or two. So it may be their long-term goal to reach the production number of 3,000. If I remember correctly, last year they made 300, and the year before they made 130. So they have a long way to go, and even 3,000 is not really a mass production, in my opinion. And I would agree that the Antarctique is their signature piece and probably their highest volume selling item. But I can't see a tsunami of overflooding Antarctique in the next 2 or 3 years. I think that those 3,000 are maybe the focus of 5 years or 6, 7.
Yeah, okay. I'll offer maybe a counterpoint, a minor counterpoint. And I think that I say that maybe a lot of the people who flooded into Chopek to place orders thought that it was going to be the next hot, independent brand, and thought that this was a model that might easily sell for, double over retail. And as the production gets ramped up, the people who place those initial orders may be backing out at a higher rate than you might find traditionally, because their environmental, their economic condition may have changed.
Yeah, but so what? We are talking again about speculation and inflated prices and everything. My honest belief is the Antarctique is worth every single penny that you pay retail for it. And if they are so scarce that people are paying double than retail, it is their problem. And if they fall short, it's their problem. And I don't think it will really tarnish the brand, because in my opinion the attraction for Chopek is they're damn good watches for money, and if 50% flippers see an investment potential in it, doesn't make the watch worse.
Yeah, I guess what I'm saying is that if a significant percentage of the people who placed orders were flippers, and now they're in a different financial situation and they're forced to cancel those orders, those orders have to be replaced by enthusiasts, and it's going to be they would have to find the buyers. And if you've ramped up production a lot, all of a sudden you've gone from 300 or 400 to 1,500 overnight. It's not they're not Longa. They don't have the brand prestige and the awareness that some other bigger brands do. I think it might be just a little tougher for them to fill the orders, but I don't think it would be a long-term problem. I think they could tailor production to meet demand, to match demand more accurately.
You know that that every order must be backed with a down payment with Japeke. So on their webpage, it used to be 3,000. I think now it's $5,000. And when I placed my order at the AD, I had to pay 50%.
Wow. Okay, that's cool. There, I tossed you an obligatory question.
Sorry, I don't get that vocabulary. So, what do you mean?
No, I had a question handy just for you guys, if I jumped on.
Yeah, and it's really nice that you jumped on. We really appreciate that. Thank you for coming.
My pleasure.
Okay, I think it's time to close this little baby of a show, if OC is okay with that, and if you don't have any other questions.
I don't.
I didn't see any other questions in the chat, so I think we can wrap this up. Yeah, we had a beautiful. It went a little longer than usual, but I guess it was so interesting that we didn't see the time flowing by. So I would like to thank Jonathan and also the original OC for joining us today. I hope you guys in the chat you enjoyed today's show, and thank you everybody, the viewers, for tuning up. And I guess I will say till next time, have a good week, everybody, and see you next time.
Thanks to you as well, Swis.
Bye bye.